That is right. Volunteers make this all possible. And right now I'm sitting here with three of them. We got John DeLeo, Chaz Chipola, and Daryl Dimmons. Thank you guys for being here. Now, it's my understanding that two of you guys aren't even from Maine. So where are you from?
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio. So what brings you guys here every year?
It's a wonderful event, a lot of good food, friendly people. I came up here 3 years ago because I wanted a poster and found out the easiest way to get one was to volunteer.
Yeah. What about you?
Love of lobster, really.
Yeah.
And just a great event.
Now we're sitting in front of the very infamous lobster cooker. Is this like the spot to volunteer at each year?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, what makes this place the place to be at?
It's where the lobster are.
For the lobsters, what about you?
Yeah, I couldn't volunteer without at least doing some time at the lobster cooker.
And you're originally from Maine. How long have you been volunteering here for?
I started when I was 17, and I'm 70 now. So
No kidding. So, 17. When you were 17 years old, what made you think like, oh, I want to volunteer at the Lobster Festival?
well, a friend of mine, Jimmy Dedley, he was the original lobster cooker when it was way up on the hill.
No kidding.
And I started with him, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
And I love doing it. But this will be my last year because I've got some health problems.
Yeah.
And I won't be cooking. I'll be inside the truck putting them in the crates where it's nice and cool.
Last year. So, what kept you coming back all these years?
You know, it's a lobster festival, and I'm, originally from Rockland, and I love doing it.
Yeah.
Meet a lot of good people, and what I'm going to do this year is, like I say, I'm going to be in the truck, and then when people come and the kids, they want to see how the lobster's put to sleep, I'm going to show them. I'm going to stay away from the cook as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, and Vern's a nice guy, and I know Vern can handle it.
So, after this Lobster Festival concludes, what's something that you're going to miss the most about this place?
Not being here. That's the worst part about it. And doing it from all them years, then next year I won't be here, so.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been here this year, but I talked to Vern about getting in the truck because I have to stay in the shade, and well, it's cool. And we've got a lot of fans here, and the truck's nice and cool, so
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Are you still going to come back after you're done volunteering?
I'm going to try.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try real hard.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk with us today. And I mean, if anybody's coming around the Lobster Festival, make sure you just, give them a handshake and just tell them thank you, because this place runs on volunteers. It's pretty special. All right, guys, back to you. Well, local businesses are always very important here in the state of Maine, and it's also very important during the Lobster Festival. And right at the heart of the festival is the Dry Dock Restaurant. And right now I'm speaking with the owner, Larry Reed. Larry, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
So, what is the impact? How would you describe the impact of local businesses during the festival?
It is a great boost for our businesses, not just for my business, but for all the local businesses around here. There's a lot of people in town, great group of people that come in, and they're here to have a good time and spend their money.
Yeah. You've been here, you said 5 years?
I've been here for 5 years. We have a great restaurant down here with a great backdrop, as you can see. Very successful down here. We love being here.
And I mean, if you had to put a number on how many local businesses are just in some way, shape, or form involved with the festival, I mean, could you even put a number to that?
I would assume it's around 50, at least, because even if it's not impacted directly, the people that are down here spending their money, they go spend it at their business too, and it works out well for everybody.
Right, that's the interesting factor about all this, is that the festival is in the heart of Rockland, and you can step right outside the festival and go to a number of businesses as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
and there's a lot of good ones in this town. We have some of the best restaurants you'll find in New England, and I encourage people to try all of them. Whenever people come to my restaurant and they say, we're sorry, we're going to this other restaurant the next day. Absolutely not. I do the same thing. Go enjoy all of them. We have a lot to offer here in Rockland.
Yeah, and when you say there's a lot to offer, I mean, from an outside perspective, you would think it would be just a lot of seafood, but I don't really think that's the case, right?
No, we have a little of everything around here. Yes, a lot of the folks that come to our community during this time of the year want the seafood, want the lobster, clams, and things like that, but there are options everywhere for every kind of food that you would possibly like. If you have certain, dietary restrictions, everyone's usually really helpful at helping you out with that too.
Yeah. And I mean, been here 5 years.
Yep.
How have you seen the impact on local businesses change or maybe not even changed in the last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, the festival itself has changed over the years. You know, I'm someone that was born and raised here and came here from the time that I was a kid. I love the way it's set up now. It is a little bit more driven towards the adults, you know. There's fun things to do for the kids, but, you know, we have the fortunate position of running a beer tent and a food tent with some sensational entertainment right in front of the main stage. So it is really, really boosted us, and I think most people in the community feel the same way. The folks that work for me have the opportunity to make a great paycheck over the course of the next 5 days. We're all going to work really hard. We're all going to be really tired. And when we go to the bank on Monday, we're going to love every second of it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, back to you guys. Well, there are many things that make Rockland Harbor unique, but probably the most unique part of it all is that it's the home to the Lobster Crate Race. And right here, I'm standing with Shannon Kinney, the director of the Lobster Festival and the Crate Race lead. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. We're thrilled to have you here.
Absolutely. Well, glad to be here. So just give me a little bit of a history about this very unique event.
I have been lucky enough to be part of this event since I was a small kid, when it was first being invented, which is about 50 years ago now. And it's just such a great time. And we attract people from all over the world to run in it because you can't really do this anywhere else.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that you can't really do this anywhere else.
Right.
I mean, what keeps bringing people back to watch it?
So it attracts people because you watch people try to run across crates and then fall in. The adults are great, like great entertainment, but the kids like really start running, and it's the most interesting sporting event to watch because it takes a tremendous amount of stamina to keep running across those crates.
And we were talking a little bit before this about how some of the kids, they have to wear socks or something like that, because you're down there, and I mean, what is that like?
So I'm lucky enough to be the steward of the event, and I am on the float that the kids run to me. We tell them that they should wear socks because that is one of the pro tips so that you don't slip too much on the wet wood. But I'm out there just cheering for them and encouraging them and trying to get them to see if they can make it out to me, which is 50 crates.
50 crates. So, I mean, how far is that? Like 50 crates, is that 50 yards or something?
Yeah, it's quite a ways. It's all the way across the harbor.
No kidding. So, I mean, from your time being here, I mean, what's something that every year it's like, oh, okay, they're going to do pretty well because they're doing this?
Yeah, so when we have lightweight folks, but ones that are really good runners and keep their knees up, like just run like a shot, those are our most successful candidates.
And, I mean, what kind of preparation goes into this so that next year, you know, it's just as successful as the year before?
Yeah, so I have a crew of 35 people that help me put on this event that all volunteer their time. We have lobstermen, we have carpenters that help me keep my crates in ship shape condition, and we are getting seaweed, we are taking care of the crates, and we are making sure that the harbor is clear for our runners.
Absolutely amazing. Well, I appreciate you taking the time talking with us.
Great.
I mean, it's the event that everybody, even if they have no idea what they're looking at, it's pretty entertaining and very interesting. So back to you guys. Well, there are certainly tons and tons of people that watch the Lobster Festival, but only few get to compete in it, and even fewer get to win. Right now I'm speaking with a past winner, Lucia Herrick. Thank you for taking the time. Now, you're the last year's winner of the lightweight division.
Yeah.
So, I mean, first off, just tell me what that experience was like.
Oh, it was very fun. My dad has his boat down by the dock, so we get to watch it all year anyways. And last year was the first year I actually ran it, like not instead of just like after everything's done. And everyone said I was going to do good, and I actually did.
No kidding. So last year was the first year you competed in it?
Yes.
That is, that's impressive. So, I mean, when you get started, I mean, what's something that you immediately takes you off guard at first, surprises you about the event?
How fast the crates like sink. Like, you have to be very, very fast because they will sink very fast. That's why usually the heavier weight people, like in the upper weight categories, like they only get a few crates.
Gotcha. So, how important is it to, I mean, even if the crates are falling in front of you, you just keep moving forward?
Yeah, you have to just run. You can't really Like you have to run. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah. And is there any little tips or tricks for people that are competing in this event?
Yeah, you want to just be very fast and try not to put too much weight on the crates. Just your foot very, very fast, and then once you get to the docks, take a break to breathe because you have to. It's very fast, and you have to take a moment to breathe.
Sure. So is it when you get to the other side of the crate, you can just pause for a second, kind of
Yeah.
collect yourself? That's a really important part of this.
Usually Shannon, I don't know where she went, but she is there, so I'll just sit down for a minute, and then you have to get back up and run it back, and then keep on doing that for a few times. And if you make it, then you get a little break. I think if you get 500 trap crates or whatever, but yeah, it's definitely hard. It hurts your legs a lot.
Yeah, I mean, how important is it stamina? How important is it to just, pace yourself in a certain sense? It's a very unorthodox probably style of running too. So how important is it to just pace yourself and just take it one crate at a time?
Well, you can't really pace yourself because you just have to run every time, but yeah, you want to make sure when you do get a break that you are breathing because it can be very, very tiring.
Gotcha. And you're competing in this year's. So anything that you learned from last year that you're going to take with you for this year?
Well, basically how hard it is. It really, really hurts your legs. And last year I didn't really take much of a break, so once I get to the other platform, I want to sit down for a minute.
Now, is there something that, where you're competing with the other contestants and participants? I mean, is there some sense of camaraderie every year with this?
Kind of. I mean, I am friends with most of the people that do it, except for the tourists, so it's fun. It's more of a fun experience.
Yeah. Well, it certainly is a fun experience, and even just watching from the side, it's something that is very unique, and I'm sure it's even more special to even participate in it. All right, back to you guys. There are many events and moments here on the festival grounds that people could take in and experience for their own, but there is a new one this year, and here to talk with me with that is Ginny Savage, one of the many directors here at the Lobster Festival. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So what is this new event?
So the new event is a dog show, and this is our first year with it. We're going to have best costume, best hairstyle, best trick, and directors overall. We're excited to have this here this year. We had so many dogs walking through last year asking if there were places or anything for the dogs, so we're excited to have this as a new event this year. We've got some souvenirs in the souvenir tent for dogs, and we hope to grow it and it be part of the festival for years to come.
Gotcha. And you were talking about the inspiration behind what started it this year.
Well, so I was sitting here last year, and lots of people came up and asked if, do we have a place for the dogs to have water? Because so many people brought their dogs and their pets last year. So let's include them this year and in years to come.
That's funny. I mean, you see the people walking around, and there's already people bring their dogs, many different kinds of dogs. So how important is it to include our furry friends in an event of their own?
Oh, I love my furry friends, and I hope that they all bring their dogs, and it grows over the years, and we can make an event for years to come.
Why is it important to keep changing and keep evolving and introducing something new and see how it goes?
I think that is important because we have to evolve with, when COVID happened, so many people got dogs and they love them and they're part of who they are now. And I think the more that we can bring new events to the Lobster Festival, it brings new people in and new faces and new volunteers, and I hope that we can continue to grow it.
And after people leave the dog show, what is something that you hope an experience that they take with them?
I hope that they want to come back next year and do it again.
Perfect. Well, it's a new event this year. Hopefully it's an event for years to come. And it'd be interesting to see if this is the new stable event, what would be, the new event next year. So it's always something to keep an eye out for.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
303.
There are many events and moments here on the festival grounds that people could take in and experience for their own, but there is a new one this year, and here to talk with me with that is Ginny Savage, one of the many directors here at the Lobster Festival. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
So what is this new event?
So the new event is a dog show, and this is our first year with it. We're going to have best costume, best hairstyle, best trick, and directors overall. We're excited to have this here this year. We had so many dogs walking through last year asking if there were places or anything for the dogs, so we're excited to have this as a new event this year. We've got some souvenirs in the souvenir tent for dogs, and we hope to grow it and it be part of the festival for years to come.
Gotcha. And you were talking about the inspiration behind what started it this year.
Well, so I was sitting here last year, and lots of people came up and asked if, do we have a place for the dogs to have water? Because so many people brought their dogs and their pets last year. So let's include them this year and in years to come.
That's funny. I mean, you see the people walking around, and there's already people bring their dogs, many different kinds of dogs. So how important is it to include our furry friends in an event of their own?
Oh, I love my furry friends, and I hope that they all bring their dogs, and it grows over the years, and we can make an event for years to come.
Why is it important to keep changing and keep evolving and introducing something new and see how it goes?
I think that is important because we have to evolve with, when COVID happened, so many people got dogs and they love them and they're part of who they are now. And I think the more that we can bring new events to the Lobster Festival, it brings new people in and new faces and new volunteers, and I hope that we can continue to grow it.
And after people leave the dog show, what is something that you hope an experience that they take with them?
I hope that they want to come back next year and do it again.
Perfect. Well, it's a new event this year. Hopefully it's the event for years to come. And it'd be interesting to see if this is the new stable event, what would be, the new event next year. So it's always something to keep an eye out for.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Real great.
So let's say you've never been to the Lobster Festival before, and you step down the hill and you see all the colorful tents, you smell all the good food, the art, and there's a mood to it. And that mood's being set by the beautiful music that's being played right over our shoulders right here. And the entertainment director is sitting right next to me, so he helps set the mood for the festival in a way. His name is Peter Newton. Thank you for being here with us.
You're welcome.
So
we're really glad you guys are here.
I'm glad to be here. So what goes into putting together the music for this festival?
Well, we think about our audience. We think about how we want to entertain people over the course of 5 days and really have them just have the best possible experience. And so one thing we changed for this year is we actually created themes, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and booked bands of similar genres. So people could not just come for one band, they come for 2, 3, plan out a day.
Gotcha. So what genre are you listening to right now? I don't hear Ozzy Osbourne or any heavy metal.
No, you're right. That's not Ozzy. That's Americana.
Gotcha.
So we had an Americana day, a rock day, a local roots day, and then a little bit of potpourri.
Okay. So why do you believe Americana is a good genre to play at this festival?
This is Americana. I don't think there's anything more appropriate. It's about as kind of traditional and community-based as you can be, and Americana is just a great fit for that. Not that the others aren't, but it definitely is.
And so how many acts do we have here this year?
Close to 25 over the course of 5 days.
Yeah. And do they have like a set list, or are they on for an hour and it's ever rotating?
Yeah, it's roughly an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
The headliners will play an hour and a half. Some of the earlier bands might play a little shorter. Yeah, we've got a half-hour break in between. Pretty typically 5 bands a day.
Are there any returning bands this year?
We do have a few. Dirty Deeds, just phenomenal. They are a powerhouse AC/DC tribute band. They rocked it last year. They rocked it again this year. Huge crowd. They're the kind of band that would sell out the Hampton Beach Casino and other good-sized venues. A few others, local band, Rigometrics, really popular. Spencer Albee, really talented guitarist and band leader. So, yeah, it's a mix of new and some returnees.
Gotcha. Well, it's incredible music because it fits so well with the festival. We spoke about how this festival is almost like Americana, I mean, at the end of the festival, what do you say to yourself oh, okay, we need to have them back next year. Oh, that's the mood we want to do next year. What sort of clicks in your head that says oh, this was good?
Yeah, it's a great question. And to your point about, or your question about returnees, we look at, well, what kind of crowd, did that band or even that type of music bring in? How did people stay for the whole show? That type of thing. And we've just gotten great response this year. I think even better than we did last year. So like a lot of things, we learn a little bit each year. We get better and better. But we really look for the fan and the audience response.
Well, it's beautiful music for a beautiful festival. I appreciate you taking the time to talk
Thanks.
with us. All right, back to you guys. So when you're at the Lobster Festival, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to come across a lobster. And if you come across one that's on a plate, then there's a good chance that it first came from here, the world's largest lobster cooker. Now, that's a very tall task. So there has to be a director, a commander-in-chief, a captain of the ship, and that is this man right here, Vernon Mossman. Thank you for taking the time.
You're welcome very much.
So around 20,000 pounds of lobsters
Correct.
by the end of this festival come through here.
That's where they come, yeah.
I mean, put that in perspective. I mean, that's a lot of work going into that.
It is. It's not a one-man's job, I can tell you that. It's a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of volunteers that come and put their effort into here. The Coast Guards, it comes here every year that they always have somebody come and helping, because it's not a one-man job. And I done it once, and that wasn't very easy.
Oh, no kidding. So it's not a one-man job. I mean, how many people does it take?
Well, we have 2 on the truck, 2 pouring down there, and 2 at the cooker. There's me and another guy that I'm training to cook.
And walk me through this. So a lobster comes in, and before it gets onto the plate, what happens in between that?
Well, as you see, we got the truck. We have 2 people in there putting them in the basket. We take them from the basket, drop them into the cookers. Then when they take 13 minutes to cook, we take them out. They put them into the tote there, and we wheel them all the way down to the seawall, the last tent down. And they get to eat all much as they can.
Yeah. I mean, why are people so fascinated by this lobster cooker?
They just love coming to the Maine Lobster Festival and see this, demonstrate what we do and how we do it, and I think that's why they're here, to come and see how we do it. And I guess they get a great kick out of how we do it. A lot of people like it, and they showed interest in it and explain when it was built and all this, which I don't know when it was built.
That's all right.
So they enjoy it, and I enjoy it, and I try to do everything I can to the festival myself as a
How many years
director.
have you been doing this for?
I think I've been doing it a long time. I can't remember in my head, but I know I done it for a long time when they had the small cooker right here, till they built this one, and from the small one, worked my way up to the big one. So I done it long years.
So what keeps you coming back?
Just looking at the people and looking at the kids and enjoying the people to talk to and explain to things how we do things. I get a joy of it every year.
And for somebody who maybe doesn't come from Maine and isn't familiar with seafood and lobster and the sort of culture that's here in Maine, when a visitor comes here and looks at this thing, what is something that you hope they understand or appreciate about it?
Well, they appreciate it because they never seen something like this, and they really get a good joy out of it, and they want to know how the lobsters are. I said, well, go down and test them and let me know how they are. No complaints yet. They love it. So
Certainly a staple at the festival.
it is.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate you taking
Well,
the time.
thank you very much, and I hope I didn't break your camera.
No, you're all right. So yes, the world's largest lobster cooker. It's certainly a staple here at this event and this festival. And if you haven't seen it, you always got to check it out, because it's, I don't know if you'll ever see something like that again. So thank you to Vernon. He had to step away because obviously he's the commander-in-chief. He's got a lot on his plate, no pun intended. So back to you guys. So you come down to the Lobster Festival and you see the tents scattered all over the place, and then you head towards the water and you come across the marine tent, and it catches your eye. And you walk inside and it's just everything to do with Maine and Maine culture, the seacoast culture, and there's a director of this tent who knows a lot about this marine tent. It's Amy Sawyer. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
So, you walk into the marine tent, what do you find?
Well, you're going to find educational stuff. Station Maine comes and they teach kids about rowing, and they bring them out so that they have something that they can do if they don't want a lobster. And it's,
And there's a lot of vendors here too. So you see some T-shirts. I see somebody in a pirate hat. I mean,
yep, we have the pirates that come. They make their way in so they can see all the kids and teach them about sea life also, because they know about it. I have lobstermen that come in and talk to them, do a question and answer. We have Maine authors. They're here.
So talk to me about the Maine authors a little bit. So you have to assume they're all from Maine, yes?
Yes, and they are based out of Thomaston, Maine. Okay. Yep, and they promote their books here. We let them come in, and so they can talk to everybody. It's a way, of getting it out there without going to bookstores and whatnot.
So you make your way through the marine tent, and there's a touch tank. Do you want to talk about the touch tank a little bit?
Yes, we have Richard Callaghan. He's from Searsmont, Maine, and he actually dives for us, and he brings him and his family. They bring in a bunch of different stuff. Sometimes we get blue lobsters. Sometimes we have just a simple mackerel. Doesn't matter, but we can tell everybody about the stuff. Some people have never seen any of this. Some people have never seen the ocean.
That's the beautiful thing about that, is that because there are people from Maine that, they've lived in Maine their whole lives. Maybe they've never lived near the coast, but to see something that you only see either on television or in pictures up close, why is it important to bring something that might seem so far removed and have a real life experience with it?
Well, I think it educates them so that they know what they're actually doing, and if they're going somewhere, they'll know about it instead of just assuming from maybe a TV show or something. Because a lot of them don't know. They've only seen a lake, or they've eaten maybe a fish, but they have no idea where it is, what it is, how they feed. So it's an educational thing.
So, marine tent. If you ever want to learn a little piece about Maine and the many facets of it, it's the marine tent. And ask her all the questions, because she knows everything, right?
I know everything.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you. Well, it's always been a crucial and very special part of the festival each year, and this year is no different. It's the art. And we're speaking with a man right now that is very much involved with the art in a very unique way here at this festival. It's Richard Johnson. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So behind us right now is the arts and craft tent. So walk me through what's in this tent.
It's all, you have a lot of painters, a lot of artists that paint, photography, because I do pottery as well. We have some jewelry, a lot of jewelry, and it's become a thing where it's like everybody knows everybody, so it's like, it's like a reunion every year.
Oh, sure. Staying with art, if anybody who's watching right now looked over our shoulders and this caught your eye or looked any familiar, what is this?
Well, this is a long story.
Is Neptune's return or Neptune
Well,
returns?
Neptune returns every year to the Maine Lobster Festival. This is the 78th year. There was a time period, because my wife and I have been doing this for almost 50 years, and from 2005 to 2015, I sculpted a life-size mermaid here every year. They all ended up on my lawn in front of our studio, but I would bring them back. But when COVID happened, there was a hiatus where we didn't have a festival for 2 years, and during that winter, before we came back in 2022. I sculpted the Neptune figure. And it's funny because a lot of people would say over those years, how come you never sculpted Neptune? Well, I did that winter. And so I brought it back here and I had it set up here. And the festival was about ready to open. And Alice's daughter came in and told me that her mother had passed away the night before. And at that moment, I looked over at the sculpture, and I had the most profound feeling that the sculpture was meant for something more than what I had intended it for. So I ended up donating it to the Lobster Festival, and that was in 2022. And then it became kind of, we wanted to have it to be dedicated to all the volunteers.
And for anybody who walks past this, it's missing something.
Yeah, okay, so the winter of 2022, we had those massive storms, And this place was flooded, and all of the sculpture washed underneath it. So we ended up getting all the pieces, and I put it back together again. So I had it back to the festival. The hard part is to raising the money to have it cast.
Sure. And I saw you were performing on
I
stage.
did.
That was one of your efforts to raise money.
So I'm trying to figure any way I can possibly come up with to raise some money. And so I have to look at things that I do. And I had been writing, because I write songs, and I had all these songs that I'd written over the years, so I decided to put them all together. And one of the songs was about Neptune's return. So
you've raised, was it $20,000 you've raised so far? And if people want to fundraise or to donate to this project,
I have a GoFundMe page, but I also you can also just go to the Maine Lobster Festival website, and there's information there about it.
Okay. So for people that want to learn more or to donate,
Yes.
MaineLobsterFestival.com,
Yeah.
and that's where people can donate and learn more.
And there's
right.
a story there. We might even have our own page on it, I think, now, which is good.
Well, it's always a pleasure. We've talked with you before about this, and I mean, it's even though there's only half of Neptune, it's still remarkable to look at and be able to see what it might look like down the road, and hopefully that's soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna be absolutely remarkable, and everything that's the arts in here as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a unique part of this festival. Every single year.
Yeah,
I appreciate you taking the time talking with us. I appreciate it. All right, back to you guys. So that's one of the beautiful things about the Lobster Festival. You get people from the Rockland area, you get people from Maine, you get people from other states, other countries all over the world. We're sitting here right next to the Where Are You From pin, and we just happened to run across Pete Lundgren. And where are you from?
Howell, Michigan.
Howell, Michigan. So, what brings you to the Lobster Festival this year?
Lobster.
Yeah.
And salt water, which we don't see much of in Michigan. We've got plenty of fresh water, but we don't have the salt coastline, the ocean coastline, and it's just beautiful. We're
Is this your first time here?
Second time.
Second
time, yeah. Hopefully not the last time.
Yeah.
But, just for a few days, we drove, and it's just a good road trip. We're having a good time.
So is this second time here? Is it first time to Lobster Festival or second time?
First time to Lobster Festival. First time to Rockland.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So what are your first impressions?
Oh, it's just beautiful. The people are very friendly. First thing we noticed coming east is people are very friendly here. And courteous driving and all those things, on a road trip that we're on. It's just been a fun experience.
Yeah.
And so really everything about it, it's just a long trip.
So what was part of that first trip that you guys made that, was like, oh, we need to come back here? What was that?
It was really a tourist draw for me. We hadn't been to Bar Harbor, hadn't been to Acadia National Park, and it was off season, so we made it very enjoyable that the crowds weren't there when we were here. This time we tried it, and it was just very, very busy. So we're really happy to come to Lobster Festival and enjoy a little more laid-back atmosphere in a smaller town.
And something about the small businesses here too. Do you find any connection between the small businesses maybe in Michigan compared to here?
I think it is. We've seen much, especially in our travels on the road. We're very similar to Michigan. We're very small business culture there as well. I work for a small engineering company in Michigan, and so we certainly believe in that. We share in that belief. So we try to support small business whenever we can.
And are you going to come back next year?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is something that, by the time you got to head back to Michigan, what's something that you hope to carry with you from your experience there?
Well, just memories. We got a few mementos and things to take home and brag to the neighbors. And I just sent a text to my work saying, if you need something from me, just forget about it. I got 2 more days.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be back for sure.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, you're very
and welcome to Maine.
Hey, thank
back
you.
to Maine.
Thank you
I
so much.
appreciate it.